Hey there, welcome to the Millennial Book Junkie. My name is Monique, and today I'm going to be giving you a bookshelf tour, but it's not just going to be any bookshelf tour. It's going to be, well, a miniature bookshelf tour. My husband got this for me off of Etsy as a surprise gift, and I absolutely loved it because not only is it a bunch of miniature books, but it is a bunch of miniature thriller books. He's a man after my own heart, basically. So today I'm going to be giving you a tour of these mini thriller books, and you can tell me which books you've read, which books you haven't heard of. Maybe you're going to add some to your TBR. I'm going to be going through each one of these books with you up close so you can see how cute they are and decide if you want to read them. Let's do it. All right, so here is the miniature thriller bookshelf. It is so freaking cute. Just to give you guys an idea of the size of it, like here is my coffee cup. Oh, there they go. Here's the coffee cup. So like, it's so cute. It's so small. I love it so much. And because books are so small, I can now have thousands of them, right? Very cool. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and show them to you one by one, just so you can see what's inside of here, because it's a lot of good stuff. And I am going to use my trusty tweezers to help me with this because my fingertips are just garbage when it comes to moving these little books. Okay, so I separated these up by the ones that I have read. And this is cute because this could be like my little TBR bookshelf, you know, like there's so many books on this bookshelf that I actually want to read. So I can kind of be like, oh yeah, I can kind of pick, you know, each month from a hat and like see which books I want to read. And they're so small and so cute. Okay. All right. So let's get started and show you what is on this shelf. And bear with me because these things are so small that like they tip and they're hard to pick up. So let's see. Okay. First thing we have here, which I have read, is Tender is the Flesh. As you can see. Oh gosh, there it goes. This is going to be an interesting video. I will tell you that. Okay. There it is. Look how cute. I don't know if you can see. There it is. So cute. It's just like so crazy to hold like a book that you have physically and like a miniature version. It's so freaking cool. Okay, next up we have none other than The Silent Patient. I'm gonna adjust my tweezer here. The Silent Patient is another one. And then we have one that I just read not too long ago. None of this is true. It's so cute. Look at that. By Lisa Jewell. And then we have Riley Sager, who I also just read recently, The Only One Left. And then we have some Farida, The Housemaid, which I actually read, I think, was it this year? I'm not sure. Ooh, and then Paula Hawkins, Girl on the Train. That's an older one, but if you guys love thrillers, you've read that one, you've heard of it. That was a popular one. They turned it into a movie. And then we have some Geneva Rose. Look how cute this little tape. You can't see, my phone is like not letting me zoom in, but so cute. Home is Where the Bodies Are. And then we have classic Sherry Lapina, The Couple Next Door. This is not the cover that I have in my shelf, but I loved this book. Oh my gosh, so good. That was like my first experience with Sherry Lapina, and it was a great experience. And I've read about 3 of her books, and she's fantastic. I love her. Final Girl Support Group by, oh my goodness, Grady Hendrix. This one I actually DNF'd, but not because I didn't like it. I literally just like was reading, this is like a while ago. Like I read it halfway through and then I just put it down and never picked it up again. But I do have this book and I want to read it. I want to finish it. I probably have to start it over. And then we have Liz Moore, God of the Woods. Look how cute. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. This was one of my favorite books last year. I don't know if you've read Liz Moore, but she's phenomenal. Her other book, Long Bright River, was my favorite book so far of 2025. And then we have Amy Tintera's Listen for the Lie. This is so freaking cute. I can't get over this. I read this book, I think it was this year. Read this book this year. I also met Amy Tintera. I have a video on that, which I'll link, but that was really cool. And then we have Lucy Foley's The Guest List. I loved this book. This was my first Lucy Foley book, so I'm definitely going to have to get my hands on more Lucy Foley. I have a couple of her books in my shelf that I have not read.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the books that I have not read. So these right here are all the books that I have read. And I have most of these in my shelf. And then so these ones are the ones I have not read. We have Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I almost said Shirley Jackson. I think I'm thinking of House on a Haunted Hill, or The Haunting of Hill House. Then we have some Frida, The Inmate. These are so cute, you guys. I can stare at this all day. And then we have The House Across the Street by Jill Childs. I wish I could zoom in. My phone is like making it blurry when I zoom in, so I'm sorry that I can't really zoom in too much. But House Across the Street by Jill Childs. Have you read that one? I don't think I've read any Jill Childs. I have not. I've heard of that title, but I don't think I've read that. And then Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I have not read that one, but I know it's out as a series, so I really would love to read that one and maybe even do a series book comparison. Then by Benjamin Stevenson, we have Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. I hope you guys can see that. There you go. That's a little clearer. Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. I have not heard of that title or that author, so let me know if you have read that one. And then we have Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. That one I don't have, but want to read. I really want to read all of Riley Sager's books. This one I'm so excited about. This one is actually on my shelf. The Invited by Jennifer McMahon. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I love Jennifer McMahon. It's going to be really funny if this thing topples. So I'm excited to read that one. This one is, let's see. Oh, there it goes. Now, this bookshelf can be a little unsteady at times, so it's going to be really funny if this actually falls. My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. I hope I'm probably butchering that name, but I have heard such good things about this book, so I definitely am going to read that one very soon. And then, okay, let's see how I can do this. I am going to, this one is falling, so let's see. Oh, I gotcha. Let's look at these first. We have The Cellar by Natasha Preston. I have not read that one. And then I also have Our Share of Night here. I have not read that one either. That one is by, hold on, let me put this one back. I'm just gonna flatten this one for now because I cannot keep these upright. Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. Have you guys heard of that one? That looks really good. I have not heard of that one, but the creepy fingers on the cover, I'm all about it. So I might need to look that one up. And then we have Nightmare Fuel. Oh my gosh, this is going to be interesting, trying to grab all these. Nightmare Fuel. Oh my gosh, I can't read the author on this one, but I've heard of this one. I wonder who wrote this one. Maybe you guys can tell me. I'll have to look it up because I think it's too small and I can't read the author on that one. Okay, let's see how I'm gonna be able to get all these out. This is a very fun adventure here. I'm gonna put that to the side. Maybe I can use my fingers. Then I have The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. So freaking cute, look at this. And then I'm gonna put these up here because I can't put them back in without everything toppling. All right, and then what do we got next? Okay, I had a little tumble with the camera, but I'm back. Okay, so the next one is Win, Lose, Kill, Die by Cynthia Murphy. Book Reviews with Becky. If you're watching this, I think you read this one. I thought I remember you mentioning this in a video, but that looks interesting, if I remember correctly. All right, let's see the next one we've got here. How exciting. Which one is this? This is Keep It in the Family by John Mars. Let me know if you read this one. I have yet to get into John Mars. Not because I don't want to, but because I just haven't gotten around to it. But I have heard so much about John Mars. I am missing out, I fear. I am missing out. Okay, this next one is Do Not Go in That House. And I think the author's name is Ruth Anna Evans. Do Not Go in That House. Have you guys heard of this one? I'm sorry that can't see too well, but Do Not Go in That House. I have not heard of this one. So let me know if you guys read that one. But always everything is going on my TBR. Actually, it'd be so cool to make a goal that everything on this shelf I read, right? That would be pretty cool. All right, so the next one is The Housemaid's Secret. That is a sequel that I want to read this year. So we will see if I get around to that at some point. And then the next one we've got is, I think this is I really want to read this one. This is The Last House on Needless Street. Needless or Needles? I think it's Needless. Needless Street by Catriona Ward. I really do want to read this one. This has been on my list for a while. So, and then what do we have next? Oh, there it goes. The next one we have is definitely on my list. Steve Kavanagh's 13. I read Steve Kavanagh's Kill for Me, Kill for You this year, and I loved it. So he is someone that I really want to read more of. Okay, the next one we have is In the Tall Trees. I have not heard of this one, and I can't really see the author on this one, but it looks good because there's a spooky girl on the cover and it's dark, so I like it. Look, it's got even a little barcode and synopsis on the back. It's so cute. I love it. I'm sorry I'm not reading, though, the synopsis of all these. They're too hard to read, but you guys probably have heard of them. Or you can add them to your TBR. The Shuddering. This one looks like it's by Anya Alborn, maybe. The Shuddering. Have you guys read that one? That one looks good. I like the cover on that one. That one looks really good. So let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's the Stephen King lineup. It. We are all familiar with It. I have a very old copy of It, and it's like very, very like run down and old, and I only read like the first 10 pages because I bought it when I was a little kid, and then I never finished it, so maybe one day. First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. I think you guys all know about that one. What did you think of that one? I have not read that one, but I want to. Clearly, it's on my TBR. Then we've got Carrie, a classic by Stephen King. And then what else do we have in this beautiful, wonderful bookshelf here? On a Quiet Street. Ooh, oh my gosh, you guys. I love Serafina Novaglass. I read, I think it was The Vacancy in Room 10, I think is what it was. I really loved that book by her. So this looks really good, On a Quiet Street. So I'll have to read that one. And then next up, we have The House Across the Lake, classic Riley Sager. That is a good one. And then, another classic, which I would love to read. I loved this movie, Pet Sematary by Stephen King. How cool. It's so cute, you guys. Oh my gosh, I can't. So cute. Okay, we're getting down to the last part of the bookshelf here. We've got Their Lost Daughters by Joy Ellis. Have you guys heard about that one? I have not, but that one looks really good. I have not heard of Joy Ellis before, so let me know if you guys have. What about The Haunting of Hill House? I already know. Shirley Jackson. I loved this book. So good. Such a classic. I absolutely loved that book. Very creepy. Very, very creepy. Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. I have not read any Stacey Willingham, but she's been on my list. I know she just came out with a new book this year, so I need to read some of her. And then we've got, what is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I just bought this book. Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House. Literally just bought it a week ago because I really have heard such great things about that book, and I want to read more Grady Hendrix because I did not finish Final Girl Support Group, and I really need to. But yeah, it's on my list. Dracula, Bram Stoker. That is a classic, of course. And then we've got, what do we got? Oh, The Last Thing He Told Me. That's this one. I have not read this one. I've only read one. This is by Laura Dave. I've only read one book by her, and that was actually The Night We Lost Him was the book. And that one was okay. I feel like The Last Thing He Told Me was probably better because it got a lot of good reviews. The Carrow Hunt by Darcy Coates. I have one Darcy Coates novel. Again, I have not read it. So I think it's called The Haunting of Blackwood House. So I do have that one. I want to read that one. And definitely, I've heard great things about Darcy Coates. So I really want to read The Carrow Hunt as well. And then we've got The Lesser Dead. What is this one? The Lesser Dead by Christopher Buehlman. Have you guys heard of this one? I love the cover. I like it when there's darkness on the cover. So yeah, I like that one. That looks good. And then what else we got? Like if I was in a bookshop right now, I'd just buy all these. The Family Across the Street by Nicole Trope. Let me know if you've read that one. I have not heard of Nicole Trope, but she's on my list now. Every book on this bookshelf is now on my list. And it's easy to keep track of because they're right in front of me. Kate Quinn, The Briar Club. That one looks good. Why have I heard? I feel like this cover looks so familiar. I feel like I've heard of that one before, but I don't know what it's about, but it's on my list. Oh, here we go. Do I have this book? No, I don't have this one, but The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. Classic, one that I definitely need to read. So that one's on my list for sure. I think I have The Hunting Party. I think that's the other one that I have. Ooh, and then the last one we have here is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. Classic. So these are all the books that are on my little miniature TBR shelf. I think how cool, I should probably get more that are literally on my never-ending TBR list and just order them from Etsy and then just add them here. And then that way I literally have a physical TBR shelf. Especially, this is really cute, you guys, too, because like, if you're like me and you don't have a lot of space to put like a whole TBR shelf or a TBR cart, which is something I really want, you could just get this and just put all the books that you want to read on here, and then you keep track of it, right? It's so freaking cute. I love it. I just love the fact that like not only is it books, but it's like thriller books, which is like my favorite ever. So thank you guys so much for watching this, and let me know if you've heard of these books, which ones you're adding to your TBR, which ones that you've never heard of but you're excited about. I would love to know like what you guys thought about some of these ones that I haven't heard of. So let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching and for liking, and of course if you also like it, don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.